But I mean, that's the thing. At the beginning of the war, the Indian Army was being trained for deployment to North Africa. You
Yeah.
know, that the expanding Indian Army was for that purpose. So the 17th Indian Division, who are sent to Burma during the retreat when the Japanese first invade, you know, they have been completely trained with their not armored, sorry, their mechanized tail, you know, vehicle logistics and so on. And it's completely unsuited, you know, after 1942, when once Slim gets control of the army properly by the middle of 1943, by that point, he's completely overhauling the system so that it's completely, well, it's either man carried supplies or pack animals, so in particular, mules. That's how they're doing the logistical service, because it's just in the jungles of southern and also northern Burma and the border with India, you know, the frontier region between India and Burma. It's just geographically completely unsuited to vehicle logistics. And so they get rid of it. But in 1942, that's what everybody was prepared for. And it's what goes so wrong for them, because they're stuck to the roads and the Japanese are using the jungle as a way to outflank every single defensive position that the Allies end up fighting over.
Yes, and of course, in the early phase of the Pacific War, so 6 months in, the overwhelming success of the Japanese Imperial Army, especially in Southeast Asia, it builds this kind of image of the superhuman Japanese jungle night fighter. And this actually instilled some fear into, the British, the American forces in the Philippines and such, that they were honestly, they were going from very racist beliefs prior to this, mind you, where they thought the Japanese couldn't do things like fly at night, they would be prone to seasickness, have issues with their brains in such a way that it didn't
All those things.
all those things. But now they believe that the Japanese are superhumans and they can do all these things and that they are proficient at night fighting and jungle warfare, which the jungle warfare, I would argue, not so much. Night fighting, yes, they trained specifically for that. But when General Slim finally, like you says, gets his hands on the leadership role because he's thwarted by many characters, like Noel comes to mind, and
Yeah,
other
yeah,
people. Oh yeah, him famously. But it's it's Slim who actually gets them to learn some basics in the jungle warfare. Don't let the Japanese flank and go to your rear. Stand your ground. Don't rout right away in a lot of ways. But yeah, he really was the guy that kind of strung everybody together and gave him that punch.